Well, good morning. I'm Ken Biberaj, and welcome to Coffee with Ken, a thought leadership series at the nexus of business, politics, and Thanksgiving, apparently. We're excited to be here at the Willard Hotel in Washington for the unveiling of the National Thanksgiving Turkeys. This special Coffee with Ken, we're joined by the National Turkey Federation Chairman, Steve Licken. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank
Cheers.
you, Ken. Nice meeting you. Thanks for coming.
Well, we're thrilled to be here.
Yeah.
Give us a little context. This is the 76th year of the pardoning of a national turkey, right? What's the history here?
It's sort of humbling, isn't it? So 14 administrations. First started in 1947 with Harry Truman. Hasn't always been a pardoning. In fact, it was in the 80s really that George Bush started an actual pardoning. Many of the turkeys were brought for a meal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is a kindler, gentler sort of celebration, which is
truly
amazing.
Bipartisan, right?
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, who's not excited about seeing the Thanksgiving turkeys, and it's such a historic event.
Amazing. So these two turkeys are from Minnesota.
That's right.
Give us a little bit of a story on their journey, and they are technically part of the presidential flock.
That's
right?
exactly right.
So
I'm president of a company called Jennie-O Turkey Store, and we're headquartered in Wilmer, Minnesota. We have 5,000 employees. And they do amazing work like this all the time, raise these beautiful birds. These are no different than those that we have in our system every day. However, of course, we need to acclimate them a little bit better to some of the noises that you might hear that they're less familiar with. Clapping, obviously. You know, they've got a press conference later today. You know, popping of flash bulbs aren't the same thing anymore, but they've listened to a lot of music as we've helped acclimate them. I can say that they're both Swifties. They enjoy Taylor Swift and some Prince, you know, because it's Minnesota, of course. But yeah, it's been a tremendous honor, and our team that has worked with them every day since they were hatched in July is here as well, helping us as handlers. So yeah, it's really been phenomenal.
Oh, hey, and so we're in DC. So do they have a lobbyist? I mean, how do future turkeys go about having the honor of being part of the presidential flock and getting a pardon? How do you pick them?
Sure. So this honor comes as a result of my position of chairman of the industry, and so it's a rotational one-year sort of I guess advocacy on behalf of the industry, and so that's how the honor was brought to us. So yeah, I mean, we this particular flock, as I said, started in July, and of course we've had to keep it secret. You know, we want to make sure that that they've got their surroundings carefully sort of protected and things like that in a small town in Minnesota. And I think you can see the product of the hard work from the team right here.
This is incredible. Well, look, so you're chairman of the Federation. Give us a little context, right? The Thanksgiving turkey and the pardoning is only part of what you do at the Federation. Talk to us about the jobs of the industry, economic impact, climate issues, everything. What do you and your team focus on here in Washington?
Yeah, so representing the industry to me is really about advocacy on behalf of farmers. You know, we do all kinds of things from technical and regulatory to legislation, food safety, you name it. And so I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's a very fortunate sort of ceremonial role. I mean, one person can't possibly do the work that the entire industry can do together. But that's really sort of the primary part of the work on behalf of the industry.
That's incredible. And then, so tell us about Jennie-O's. I think you guys set a Guinness World Record last week of donating over 20,000 turkeys, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, for us, Thanksgiving, of course, is a central part of what we do, but it also is a time for reflection. And the opportunity presented itself for us to give away over 20,000 turkeys and break a Guinness Book of World Records. Our friends got to spend some time with Al Roker. He was pretty charged up about it. A lot of time on the Today Show. So yeah, I mean, to us, that's what it's all about. This is a time, like I said, of reflection and just being grateful for especially with what's going on in the world today, right? I mean, what an amazing opportunity to kind of just step back and reflect.
And their names are going to be unveiled later today.
Yes, around 2
there's a lot of
today.
Amazing names in the past. I think I saw turkey and cobbler, peanut butter and jelly, peas and carrots.
Chocolate and chip was last year.
Chocolate and chip.
Yes,
you know, I'm lobbying obviously for coffee and cappuccino.
Yes,
but how do you field these names? Who decides?
So a couple of really amazing things happened. We went to Kennedy Elementary in Wilmer, Minnesota, which is where our company's headquartered, and had some elementary children submit, in addition to some artwork, some of their name suggestions. So those were brought to the attention of the White House. But at the end of the day, this is a very serious event for the White House. And
for Coffee with Ken.
That's exactly right.
Prestigious guest.
And they will maintain confidentiality of those names until this afternoon. So it's up to them.
That's amazing. Well, look, this is
we're totally fine with.
Yeah,
course, so.
and this is clearly a draw not only to the industry but to Thanksgiving. What do you want folks like watching and kind of learning about the federation and the industry? What do you want to come away with, after this week? Right?
Yeah, I think how critical live animal agriculture is as an economic engine in this country, and even getting folks inspired to think about what they can do with their careers, because it's harder and harder for young folks to consider live animal agriculture. And it is so rewarding. And especially when you see the beauty, of caring for animals like these, if that's sort of in your DNA, it's a wonderful, wonderful career. Right. It's a great industry.
As a segue to that, after the pardoning tomorrow, where do they go?
Yeah, so they're going to climb back into our custom set up black Escalade, which is actually really cool. It looked like Secret Service rolling up yesterday.
I heard there was a red carpet arrival.
There's a red carpet arrival. They did an amazing job. So they slowly made their way up the red carpet. They got their own keys to this beautiful room at the Willard Hotel. They've been a great partner to us. But when they depart, they will go back to, and this is a first for us, the University of Minnesota. They have what they call the CFAN School, which is their school for agriculture and natural sciences. And they're going to live their lives out just as being pardoned. Hopefully maybe see a hockey game.
Yeah, I miss Minnesota.
Spend some time with Goldie the Gopher. Yeah, we'll see. So
at the lakes.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Well, look, this is such a treat. We appreciate you and the Federation welcoming us, letting us have this conversation with you today. Congratulations to you two unnamed turkeys on the pardoning you're receiving at the White House tomorrow.
Right.
Thanks to everyone for tuning in to Coffee with Ken. You can find us on coffeewithken.com. We're also on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Play. Until next time, thanks so much.
Gobble, gobble.
Steve, gobble, gobble.
Thank you, Ken.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you.